Chris Wade. I'm Chief Executive of Action for Market Towns. AMT, we helped organise this event really to help our members, mostly in the southwest, to focus on the practical issues around delivering localism, and for them to share their thinking between them.
Okay. And you're launching the localism ladder shortly. How will this help communities and local authorities?
Okay, we've put together what we're calling the localism ladder, basically to show that delivering localism, this new government agenda, is a joined up process with a whole series of stages, and our offer to any community group or to a local authority is, if they're unsure where they are on the localism ladder or what is the next step with them, then we're very happy to talk that through with them and to map out a little bit of a localism strategy for them. What we're really interested is people that come to events like this or members that engage with us on localism, that there's nothing in terms of knowledge and information or good practice that stops them making progress.
Okay. And just can you clear up the difference between neighbourhood planning and community-led planning? Because there's a lot, they're both used interchangeably, and I'm not sure whether that's right.
Okay. I don't think anybody can quite clear up the difference at the moment, because what neighbourhood planning and neighbourhood development orders, I think it's still a little bit of a movable feast as the legislation of the localism bill goes through. But having said that, our take on the difference, and it's quite important for us and a key part of our focus, is that community-led planning has existed for a long time. It's a holistic, it's an inclusive process, it's not technical, it's something that communities can do, and nobody puts any limits on what issues they can talk about and think about. Neighbourhood planning or neighbourhood development planning is a welcomed addition, but it's relating to some of those things that come out of community-led planning into statutory land use. So statutory land use as in housing allocations, building and development to do with business in your areas. And I think the key thing really as the legislation goes through is how can those existing community-led plans or new ones be translated so that they also have that land use function, which is great that they do have that, as well as making a whole load of other differences, like we've said in the past, looking beyond the bricks and mortar, other things, services, local leadership, environmental issues that are an important part of a town going forward, alongside new buildings.
And also in the localism bill was a clause which is being called cash for permissions. Is this a risk for communities?
Well, I think just calling it cash for permissions kind of sets the alarm bells ringing. I think there are definitely risks involved, because there's that whole thing about, is planning permission being bought? Are there kind of, for want of a better word, bribes out there? So communities have to be very aware of that. On the plus side, what it does is bring onto the table the fact that there are economic links, financial links to planning permission. We've done some work working with some consultants to try and quantify what those financial links are. So whilst communities have to be wary, it's very good that they can get involved in negotiations and understand that what are the financial gains for developers, that assuming the development is going to go ahead for the right reasons, the communities with well-researched community-led plans can make the case for a stake of that money to improve the community where the housing or businesses are being built.